Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good one today. I'm Nick and I'm continuing on with my October review series with the movie 31 by Rob Zombie. And if you enjoyed this type of content, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any other future content like this. And let's dive into it. So for starters, this was a first time watch for me. I have watched most of Rob Zombie's movies except for this one and Lords of Salem. So I'll be getting into that one too as well later on in the month. But yeah, this one had a really interesting concept and story to it about these group of carnies getting kidnapped and forced to play this sadistic game where they're locked into this building and they have 12 hours to survive while a group of or a gang of these killers are out to get them. Like that concept alone is enough to get me interested into watching this. I feel like it wasn't executed very properly though, and all the things that Rob Zombie does that bothers me is pretty much amped up to 100 in this one. Unfortunately, all the characters in this are all obnoxious and unlikable. How are we supposed to root for our characters to survive if we just don't give a shit about them? And it's this awful Rob Zombie dialogue. Everything feels so white trash and abysmal. There's Sherry Moon Zombies obviously in here, and I never thought she was a real good actor. The only thing that she's real good in, I feel, is The Devil's Rejects. Aside from that, everything else I just never cared for her in. It may very well be intentional to have these characters unlikable since they are carnies and they're not the most likable type people, but it just doesn't make for a very enjoyable watch. Same for our killers in this. I feel like they're more silly than like intimidating. We get like this mini Hitler, this dwarf that's dressed like Hitler. It just the movie's so vile and disgusting and violent, but then you add in all these silly killers. Like it just doesn't match the tone at all. Like I said, you got the mini Hitler. You got this like two that's called what, Death and Sex. This one girl that's like Harley Quinn, and this guy that's like this big like Russian type dude but wearing like a tutu, and it's just very weird. Richard Brake, who plays the main villain, a Doomhead, I feel like he is easily the best in this, the most interesting. Even though his character is underdeveloped, we don't get a whole lot of him or anything about him, but yeah, he plays it great. Definitely the best performance in the film, hands down. He's just so unapologetic, and he has a certain charisma to him in every role that he does. And I feel like Doomhead could have been this really big iconic villain, but they just don't do enough with him. He does have this really cool like monologue at the start, but I feel again it's just overstretched. It's overstays its welcome. It's like it feels like it's like 8 minutes long. And yeah, it's just unnecessary to be that long. Um, but right after that, we get like this intro song with our credits introducing the characters. And that song just annoyed the hell out of me. It sounds like it's played on a warped record or something where the tempo keeps like going faster and slower and faster and slower. And it's like 2 minutes long of this really annoying song, and it almost brought out a certain OCD in me. I just couldn't stand it. And a lot of the action and intense scenes are ruined by shaky cam, random zooms, freeze frames, like just really odd choices in the editing department and cinematography wise. Like there's certain intense scenes where two characters are battling it out and you can't tell at all what the hell's going on because the camera's just cutting all over the place, and it's just very jarring, which is unfortunate because that's the stuff you want to see. And just the whole way this movie wraps up is so unsatisfying to me. It really feels like Rob Zombie had no idea how to end this, and it's just really lazy writing the way it ends off. It's so unsatisfying, and it's probably a movie that I'll never really want to revisit. It just didn't do much for me. There's a few positives, like I said, the concept is real interesting and juicy. I like these like higher up rich people that are running the 31 game and how they're like wagering on who's gonna survive. And it's just I like the world building, but it's just everything else surrounding this film, whether we're talking about the characters, the dialogue, the editing, the way it was shot is all terrible to me. And yeah, I just can't see me revisiting this one. So guys, I cannot recommend it personally. This is one of my least favorite Rob Zombie movies, unfortunately. I feel like if this was in better hands, writing hands, we might have gotten a better movie. But unfortunately, I don't like this final product. It's just hard to get into a survival horror movie when your characters are so unlikable. You can't root for them. And they even try to do these emotionally strong scenes with certain characters when like certain ones are dying or whatever, and they just don't hit me. I just do not give a damn. It's like kill everybody. But anyway, guys, that's how I feel. Let me know down below in the comment section what you thought of this movie. Do you like it? Do you hate it? It seems to be fairly all over the board when I look at the Letterboxd and the ratings. This goes from 1 star to 4 stars on my friends list, so it's going to be real interesting to talk about, and I want to hear your thoughts. And that's all for today, guys. I know I missed 2 days in a row putting out reviews. Couldn't help it. It was Thanksgiving weekend, real busy, and trying to put everything away before winter. The cold weather is here, so I tried my best to do every day, but it's just not always going to work. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And until next time, thanks for watching.